Likutei Moharan Torah Chavtes. So, what we have established so far is the fact that the idea is to bring down whiteness from the moichin and awaken it. Or by awakening the moichin, you're bringing down to the moichin, and that whiteness enters all the spiritual blood vessels. Redness denotes averis, denotes pgam. We said that many averis, many damages, maybe pgamim are very subtle, which is al-pimoshal, that's like the very, very slim blood vessels. It's very difficult for tikkun to go in there. Like how do you do tshuva for something which is, maybe it's an avera, maybe it's not an avera, maybe it's not an avera at all, but you actually had in mind, yes, or whatever, So for all those places, it's practically impossible to do tshuva. So what you need is, you need the tikkun haklali, you need an overall tikkun that sort of like brings tikkun into all the subtlest of the subtle places, because you're making a tikkun, you are like rebooting the whole system, kiviyachal. You are, you're like doing system restore. You're bringing the whole thing you're bringing tikkun to every single place possible. And we brought a few dugmoas for it. Yeah. And he said that the main iskarvus to Aviyah Shebashamayim is through Tikkun Abris. The main coming close to Kodesh Baruch Hu is through Tikkun Abris. We are holding by almost Seif Hey. Seif Daled, almost Seif Hey. Like the last paragraph before Seif Hey. Chavtes. It says, "V'zei karvus Yisrael Avinu shebashamayim al yedei tikkun habris." And he says, "V'asas malka fedishor aviyaschem Eloi nishor." This is tikkun haklali. V'yaganach habriso. This tikkun habris, and this is v'aviyotchem Eloi. This is how we're coming close to Kodesh Baruch Hu and getting the Torah. Okay. And it repeats, Ki karis karvus laHashem yisborach al yedei tikkun habris. The main coming close to Kodesh Baruch Hu is through the tikkun habris. And we're holding the Seif Hey. Uvazeh talui panosav litoirach. And commensurately with the degree of tikkun habris, a person has parnasa without having to work hard. Shu b'vchinas lechem min hashamayim, that we said about the manna. It's a bread from the heavens that came to Am Yisrael without them having to actually work hard for it. Hainu al yedei tikkun haklali. When a person achieves tikkun haklali, shu tikkun habris. Shu b'chinas derech hanesher b'shamayim. That is the way, the road of the eagle in the heavens. We already explained, wherever we say Nesher, we're talking about Ruach, right? This is Nisha Darucha, that's what Tikkun Ezra said. You gotta remember the various Bechinas. Nisha Darucha. Rucha is Tikkun Habris, V'lo kama ruach be'ish. We'll repeat it enough times until finally it'll settle in. Because as concepts, they're so abstract that it's very difficult to why. But nevertheless, when you repeat them, okay, I got it. Nisha, Nisha also talks about Ischadshus, so forth and so on. You'll learn it. As we go along, you'll learn it. So derech hanesher b'shamayim, we said the bris is ruach, which is nesher. So we said here we're saying that the nesher, where is the nesher? In the shamayim. Where do you find eagles? In the sky, in the heaven. That's why it's Tikkun Abris, which is Pekinas Shamayim. This is why you're getting lechem from the Shamayim. Once the Shamayim are proper with Tikkun Abris, the way it's supposed to be, you get lechem from the Shamayim, you get easy parnasa. V'zeh, what it says, Ve'aman kizra gadam. The man is like the seed of the God. Is like the seed of the God. Okay, so the Zohar says, what it means, Zera God? What it means, a seed of God? I mean, Al Pi Pshat, it's a kind of plant that's called God. But over here you can see, why Dafka God? Have you ever known a plant called God? Have you ever heard, in Yesh, they're selling God? I've never heard about it. God, I heard, it's Yemenite dope that you can chew and, whatever. But God, why does the Torah says God? You can already tell without us going any weiter, it has to have something to do with Gid and with Gidim and Begadecha. Right? When God was born, the Shevet God was born. So Leah says, why she call him God? Because Bagad. Bagad means my husband, Kivyochel, betrayed me and took, she gave the maiden servant, her maiden servant, to Yaakov, right? She gave Zilpah to Yaakov. And Zilpah gave birth to God. So Leah says, Bagad. In other words, like my husband cheated on me, Kivyochel. Bagad, he betrayed me. But this Bagad is Bagad. God came. So it says, Ve'aman kezera God, who is like a seed of God. The Zera says, Zera God, dat tipa chivalta. Zera God, the seed of God, and this is the white drop that comes from the brain as a human seed. Dripping from the Levanon. Levanon is the source of whiteness. That's the whiteness that comes from the moyach. This is the bechina of the rectification of the Holy Covenant. Shalidon, mean that's the thing that pulls them the whiteness from the moyach to all the gider. When a person doesn't guard his bris, so the laflunis just spills out. But when a person holds it in, it's still produced. What happens is it whitens his gidim. It whitens his own system. Because the Gemara says that a person who's very rogil in that particular activity, he says himself, he says that the eyesight, there's a problem with the eyesight and problem with this and problem, all kinds of physical problems that are happening. It's science, especially medical science, like to tell you that, yo man, this is healthy. They like to say that this is healthy because it's fun. So they say, oh, this is good for you. But the Gemara says, this is koich haguf, this is the vitality of the body. And you need it in order, to propagate, the species. But nevertheless, anybody who is rogo with that, what you're doing is chayas of the body and is being thrown away. It's being depleted. I got a book of anatomy from a friend of mine, a doctor in America. Anatomy that they learn in university, supposedly as neutral as they come, right? Just describing the various systems of the body. But every system of the body just said how it's built. Only one system said also how it works. Guess which one that was? No, it says it's built like this, built like this, built like this, built like this. One system says it's built like this. And when it works like this, like this. Because they're metunafim, because they're filthy. They have filthy minds. So even then, we're scientists. This is all for the sake of science. Of course. Moi? Me? Talking about. This is Tikkun Abris. This is the thing upon which the parnasa without working hard depends on. This is the aspect of man, and he explained this. Parnasa, when it comes out with great toil and heavy, it just doesn't move. Because a person was not musak and tikkun aklali, which constitute tikkun abris. Kiman dezorach pirurin dinamo, says the Zohar Kodesh. It's an interesting progression. The Zohar says anybody who throws breadcrumbs, poverty chases him. And the Zohar says chases him until it catches him. And the Zohar says how much more so when he is throwing away crumbs of brain crumbs, which is Oitzos Zer Levatola. And then he says how much more so somebody throws crumbs of Torah. Bittul Torah and so on and so on. That brings here this particular Zohar, man, the Zorek Pirurim Dinama, anybody who throws away, crumbs of bread, Anius Radav Abasle, poverty chases him. Kol sheken man the Zorek Pirurim Demoichel. How much more so somebody who throws off crumbs of the brain. In other words, the crumbs of the zera that comes from the brain. And this is alluded in the pasuk lo soichlu al adam. Don't eat on the blood. But there it says lo soichlu al adam. The Shbaruch says don't eat before you daven. He says don't eat before you daven on your blood. If you don't daven for your life. Before davening, the Zohar says don't eat before davening. That iser means that you're supposed to extricate the blood from the meat before you eat it. So don't eat on the blood. It also says about the korbanos. Don't eat the korbanos before the blood is being spritzed on the mizbeach. And so forth. In other words, the blood has to, whatever needs to be done with the blood has to be done before it can be consumed. Korbanos b'chlal is a very, very high Indian that the Zohar Kodesh is talking about. This is the whole mahalach between, I saw yesterday, in Otzos Yehudim, between Reb Shimon and Reb Elazar, his son, about this whole union of Korbanos. So basically, the Zohar says, Reb Shimon says, don't eat before davening. Shulchan Aruch has matter to eat before davening, to drink before davening. Water, one is allowed to drink milchatchila. Okay? The stipula paskind that coffee with milk today is like water. Because it used to be not so. Because that's the way the generations were. The stipula says that today, then they say you're allowed to drink coffee, but without milk and without sugar. And the reason why not without milk, without sugar, because this is derech gaiva. For those days, they would drink coffee, they have what they call a tzikir candle,
sugar cubes.
It wasn't sugar cubes. It's before the sugar cubes. Sugar cubes come later. It was like a hard candy of sugar, and you put it in your mouth. No, you put it in your mouth, and you drink tea, and you sweeten it. But even the days before, what they have is, who had sugar candles? So they had a piece of sugar candy hanging, and everybody drank tea and looking at it. They said drinking tea with sugar, with coffee, is derech gaiva. Today, it's not derech gaiva anymore. Everybody drinks coffee with milk and sugar. So the style of the paskin today, coffee with milk and sugar is like water. So you can drink it before davening. Eating, the Yisrael says nisht. Rabbi Nosson says very firmly, very harshly, do not eat before davening. The Rebbe says he wouldn't even drink water before davening.
Not even Shabbos?
What is the shaykh?
Because Shabbos is still, you finish davening, it's 11 o'clock, you're hungry, you can't daven, then you can't concentrate, then you're allowed to eat. People, that's why.
If you are really eating because you want to concentrate on davening, and you really concentrate on davening, and you're really working on davening, and you can't do it because you're hungry, then yes, you're allowed to eat. You're giving a written guarantee that you're really eating because you want to daven? I'm asking you a question, man. Are you willing to sign an affidavit on that particular Indian?
No, because usually you eat every morning at, let's say, 8, and Shabbos, by the time you finish davening, it's already 11, then, you're not feeling well.
The kind of davening that we daven does not justify eating before davening. And Rabbi Nosson says in Furish, he says, you're better off, don't eat before davening.
Really?
Yes, don't eat before davening. If you're absolutely hungry after davening, after Shachris.
After davening, I know.
No, whoa. I said after Shachris. I didn't say after Musaf.
Okay.
Shachris, make a little kiddush and eat something.
Don't do that. Okay, right.
Why not? That's what they do at Shoshana. Before Tkiyas, right? That's what the Olam does.
There's a break. No, I thought because davening is so long, so that's why you take a break.
Well, it's the same thing. If you have a problem with Musaf, so you need it. So you make a kiddush for yourself. You go outside, whatever it is. You make a kiddush, you have a shtickle Musaf, and you go back to daven. And then there's no problem whatsoever because you davened already. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that I'm any better. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking here to me. I'm not talking to you. But this whole idea, Rabbi Nosson speaks about it, in the Likutei Halachas with fire and brimstone about the people that eat before davening. And he says that they're taking dogma from tzaddikim, from the old tzaddikim. He says these tzaddikim were cholim gdolim. They were sick. They were old people and they were sick. They had to eat in order to daven. He says b'shum panim v'ofen, not to eat before davening. He says al tochlo al adam, don't eat before you daven for your dam, for your life. This is what it says. Al tochlo al adam. On this particular domim, which because the Shechina Adam Nida, that makes the Shechina Pchinas Ir Domim, that brings about Madua Dom Lilvushecha. Why is the clothing stained red? In other words, the clothing are stained. Because if you remember, the Shechina is the covered is the garments. The garments being stained is called red. In other words, gamma bris. This is the in of gamma bris, gam klolios agidim. Gamma bris is a damage that is done to the totality of all the gidim. This is the damage, the defect of the b'godim. So, the very same way that Tikkun Abris is Misaken all the Gidim, it fixes all the Gidim, all the blasters. The same way the opposite. Anybody who damages Pagam Abris, who damages in this, he hurts all the Gidim. And with this, it brings about Adam Nido Kaviyachol to the Shechina. Zebkinas Al Adam. In other words, again, the Rebbe here switches the normal syntax of the pasuk. The pasuk says, "Lo sachlu al Adam." As long as there's dam there, don't eat. But the Rebbe here explains that he reverses the signal of the pasuk and he says, as long as there is al Adam, with a situation of dam, of gamma bris, of dam nido, you're causing a loss achlo. In other words, parnasa is betorach, is hard. Don't guess and don't deal with witchcraft. This is that they are causing the that the Sitra Achra, which is the serpent, it bites the Shechina and it sucks from it. It brings about the control of the evil maiden serpent. This is the Malchus Sitra Achra. Shehi Esra, this is a bad time. If you remember, time itself is a keli, is a vessel. V'zeh lo sanachshu, literally it means don't guess, don't use, inyonim of nichush. But it says, milashon nachash. Don't chas v'chalila bring about a situation of nachash moshich lo legabe. That the nachash, the serpent, which is the samach mem, will bite the shechina and suck from it. The lo se'oininu, which literally means, don't use witchcraft. Oininu is lashon es v'oinu. It's from the root of time and season. Oino is a season, right? Also, a season by, a person is supposed to be Mikayim Oino by his wife. He's supposed to be together with his wife during her season, during her time. In other words, don't bring about Chas v'Sholem, the dominion of Esra, a bad time, a bad season from the 28th Etim. In other words, don't give dominion to the Malchus of Sitra Achra. And this is what Yaakov Avinu wanted. When it says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you give me bread to eat and garment to wear. And what's alud is one depends on the other. Ki parnasa, the sustenance of a person, depends totally b'vchinas b'godim levanim. This depends on how you keep the garments, the tikkun abris. The shechina becomes white garments. This is what it says about in Yeshayahu. It says about the treasures, the treasuries of the city of Tzor. That tzaddikim, in the future, tzaddikim will plunder it. When Melech HaMashiach will come, they will get from the plunder of the city of Tzor. So what it says about it, lechol lesav'a, to eat until one is satisfied, or lemechase atik, and lemechase, and is a covering, which means garment, atik, something which is very, 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 very expensive. It's like you're talking about fancy clothing, with jewels and
Atik is not old.
You know, atik means removed.
Not antique?
No, atik does not mean, this is in Hebrew.
Ah.
In Hebrew, they took it to mean
Old.
antiquities. Yeah, but that's not what it means. Atik means removed. So you can say that it somehow means ancient because it's removed in time. But it never has a connotation of this Atik Yomin, you know, this is where they took it from. It says Atik Yomin means of ancient days, days of old. Actually, it doesn't mean that. It means days that are separate, that are away. Okay, it does not mean necessarily because the Kes is called Atik, right? Why is it called Atik? Because it is separated from the Bria, because it's beyond the Bria. This is Atika Kadisha, the holy separated, you know, that it's beyond. So this is Mechasa Atik. Atik means that regular people cannot get there because it's separate from them. These are golden clothes with gems and with so both lechol lesava, to eat fully and to wear beautiful clothing, which means that parnasa has to do with the clothing. It's one depends on the other. Yaakov Shimshich Lavnunius, he is Mr. Mamshich Lavnunius. Yaakov Avinu is the one who guarded his bris perfectly. Yaakov Shimshich Lavnunius, the job of Yaakov Avinu is to bring about this Lavnunius in order to fix his mitos, all his children will be tzaddikim. So Yaakov Avinu had to be Shomer Bris, Masnikra, the spitz, the top. Yaakov Shimshich Lavnu Bivchinas, it says Yaakov took the sticks and he removed the bark until there was this machsaf halavon, which is on the sticks. And what happens when you take sticks and you remove the bark from the wood, you expose the white wood. So he removed the bark, and it says that then and until he showed the machsaf halavon, he exposed the white on the sticks, which means Yaakov Avinu was bringing down whiteness on all the Gidim. Well, they said, and through this, they taken a klali. This, how was he able to do it? Because Yaakov Avinu had taken a klali b'shleimus. K'moshe Kosov, what did Yaakov say about Reuven? Reuven was his first son. Reishis Oini, you are the first, my first potency. Yaakov Avinu has never seen carry in his life. Reuven was his first job. You came out. So you see, Yaakov Avinu has not, and he was Zoichet Tikkun HaKloli with Ato Shleimus. That's why it says about him, about Yaakov Avinu, Yoshev Ohalam. If you remember Torah Vav, we said that oil, this is the Shamayim, a euphemism for Shamayim. Yoshev Ohalam, he is sitting in tents. In other words, he mamish is a dweller of Shamayim. He belongs in the Shamayim. Like the Shamayim is separated from the Eretz, the Shamayim is above the land. The land means crude, Gashmius, Shamayim is ethereal, Ruchani, right? Yaakov Avinu is Yoshev Ha'alam. He's sitting in the Shamayim. He has nothing to do with the Eretz. And that's what he said about the oil. The Shamayim is the Kodesh Baruch Hu stretches the Shamayim like a tent for us to sit under. Because the Shamayim are the things that guard us from meteorites, it guards us from gamma rays that are floating in space. It guards us like a tent. It's guarding those who are in it from the sun and from the rain, from whatever the Shamayim. The atmosphere acts the same way. So Yoshev Halim talks about the Shamayim. We're talking about the way of the eagle in the sky. We're talking about Tikkun HaBris B'tachlis HaShleimus. Eagle, as we said, is the bris. And the Nesha, which is in the Shemayim, which is Tikkun HaBris. This is the glow of the firmament. You can say the very beginning of the Zohar, the very akdom of the Zohar says Zohar Rakia, talking about the glow of the Rakia. It says this is the Zohar of Umatzdikei Arabim, and those who justify the multitudes. Rabim Kakoichovim, their zchus is as plentiful as the stars. He says Zohar Rakia. Zohar Rakia is the glow, the cleanliness, the glowing of the firmament. B'vchinas loshen shel zehoris. This is as we said, that tongue of wool, of red wool, used on Yom Kippur. Half you put on the billy goat that is sent to Azazel, and half you put on a rock of Beis Hamikdash. And when it turns white, when from red it turns white, the Havayos of Am Yisrael were atoned. Shemalbina v'noseh v'adomim shel hashasa gidim, that it whitens the sins and the blood of the 365 gidim b'vchinos im yadimu, if you chatoechem kashonim, says the pasuk, if your sins will be as red as crimson, kasher gelbino, they will be whitened like snow. Im yadimu katoilo, if they were to be as red as this crimson color that at those times they would produce from this certain worm, katsemer, they'll be white as wool. Bezat Hashem will continue tomorrow.